the other guest, who we will name when she comes in. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I was listening the whole time.
Sorry, no, that's no problem. So, people used to.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
I did some sexually adventurous
In middle school.
in middle school.
Really?
Yeah.
The short, fat kid in middle school got sexually adventurous.
Sexually adventurous girls, and one girl recommended me to her friend, and then when she was done, she recommended me to another friend,
And so on and so on and so on.
And that's been my life since junior high.
Really?
Yeah, like
So you were like the fat kid from the Sandlot, but everybody wanted to be with you.
Yeah, and nobody. I was never like the boyfriend people want to marry. I'm just the person that they. I was like in between assholes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Person wants to date me after they've dated that asshole, and then they're like, they still want that asshole.
Right.
Right. So, and they'd be like, oh, but you're so nice. Here, talk to my friend. You know what I mean? And
wow.
that was me. And then this one girl came up, and she was like, don't ask me anything. Don't request. You tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it. But
wow.
as soon as you ask questions, I'm out. Right? And she sat on.
What a great lesson.
Yeah, and she would sit on the floor at my feet. She would make my meals, and again, this is high school now.
Okay.
She would make meals. She would clean my room. She would do this whole 9 yards.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is how I want to live the rest of my life. I knew right
This is
there.
how I want to live the rest of my life.
Yeah, so no floggers, no spankings, no none of that shit.
Right.
Just sex and the DS.
Wow.
And that's been me ever since. So when I came into this, I already had that mentality.
Right.
And it was just learning the skills now.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
it's just an instinctive thing. Is it something you learned, or
not? You know what?
just the women that you were with?
That one girl gave me permission to be me.
Right.
Right? Because it's how I always wanted to be, but people said you're not supposed to be like that. It's egalitarian. You have to always ask, not permission, but you have to make sure that it's 50-50. Everything's even.
Right.
You know, you don't tell people what to do. You ask, and you have to be polite and all this. And she was like, I don't want that.
Right.
I want you to tell me what you want me to do.
Right.
Right? And it'll be done.
Right.
And if I don't,
See, this is a lesson I learned like at 32. Like that some women want you to tell them what you want.
And the thing is some women want it and others don't.
Right.
Right. So I never assume. Right. But I only leave room for people who want to be this person to me. I have no room for people who don't want to be told.
Right.
It's not that it's wrong. It's not that people can't have what they want. Right. It's just not me.
Right.
Right. So people are like, well, how do you always wind up with submissives? It's because I only have room for submissives.
Right.
You know.
Well, that's by choice, right?
Yeah, by choice.
The DOMs have come on to you.
Yes. And if they want to be submissive, that's fine.
Okay.
I have no.
Oh, yeah, you said this before. You've
equal opportunity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You've been with DOMs, but they have to be completely submissive, 100% with you.
And again, we can call it whatever you want.
Right.
But I live a certain lifestyle, and if you want to be a part of it, here's your role.
Right.
And if you want to play it, that's great. If you don't, then don't. But for me, it's really important that we're open and honest about what we're doing.
Right.
Because honestly, submission submission and dominance is a fluctuation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Sometimes you feel more submissive with this person. Sometimes you feel more dominant with that person.
Right.
Right? So I just want to be on one end of the scale. I leave no other room for anything else.
Okay.
Right? So if a dominant feels submissive with me, she can enjoy that with me. She doesn't have to be submissive with anybody else in her life.
Right, right.
You know, just be into what I'm into, and I'm great.
Right.
You know, if not, we can be good friends.
Yeah.
You know, there you go.
Well, that brings me to the next question. Because last time I talked to you, you were paring down
Yes.
the harem.
Yes.
That was 2016. It's 2018. Has it been pared down even more?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So I've decided that it's quality over quantity.
Right.
Quality over quantity, and for me, I have one slave sub, my wife.
Right.
23 years. She's
Mm-hmm.
incredible.
Mm-hmm.
She's the love of my life.
Yes.
And we met someone 3 years ago who has just turned out to be absolutely wonderful.
Really?
And we have so much in common. The bulk of what we do is talk and conversation.
Mm-hmm.
She's an educator, and she works with children, so she does really well with me.
Okay. Oh,
you know what I mean?
it.
but you know,
Right. Your wife Indigo is beautiful.
my wife Indigo is beautiful. Hey baby, I hope you're in there.
Right.
And this other person that's my sub, who will remain nameless because she does work with children.
I'm sure it's beautiful as well.
It's been 3 years of fucking wonderful.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I didn't realize it could be like that. I had 3 wives at one point in time.
Right.
Yeah, I had 20. I
No, I
got
was
25,
gonna say, what was the biggest?
25 subs at one time.
Wow.
25 subs at one time was the most I've ever had, and I was never as happy with all of them as I am right now with these two.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you are glad that you at least tried it.
Oh fuck yeah. I've had a lot of fun.
I can imagine.
I've had a lot of fun. You know what the thing is though, what you learn is that there's the more subs, the more responsibility.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, people. A lot of people can't handle one wife.
Yeah, most people can't.
Yeah.
And the thing is not to be.
Donald Trump Jr.'s divorce. He couldn't handle it.
Man, I'd handle it.
Oh, I'll bet you will.
I'd handle it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing to me. It's like, what is there to handle? Right? The thing is you're in relationship to me, not a relationship with me. That's the mistake that people make.
Right.
Right? You gotta do your thing alongside me and keep up. I set the pace, the tone, I tell you the steps to make, and all you have to do is keep up.
Okay.
Right? You can keep your autonomy, you can keep your agency, you can keep your freedom as long as you stay with me. That's all I want. Then there's nothing to handle. Right? I live my life, you live your life alongside me.
Right.
Simple. Right? People put too much on it. They're like, oh, she wants me to be everything. No, you're upset because you can't be everything. Right? And that becomes the problem.
What was it? That was
Do we-
Oh,
what happened here?
Hold on.
What happened here? Okay.
Well, I'll just I can go meet her.
Yeah, so what happened was we couldn't find the guest. Angeline was outside with some guy getting in her car, and then I got hit on.
The
by
actual Angeline?
Actual Angeline
She's
was
like-
outside with her
She's like,
car.
Cuphead door?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Our poor Trevor had to be the knight in shining armor because there's two boys with alcohol in their breath.
Yeah. You're this one. So yeah, if you want to adjust your levels, you can.
Well, sorry for our listeners on Renegade for that pause.
There you go.
Our guest is coming in. Trevor's getting. Our producer's coming to get him.
Trevor's a star, man.
No, Trevor's great. Trevor's great.
a star, man.
Well, I'll tell you, when I wanted to do the show again, I looked all over her studios. I went to the Nerd School studios, and Trevor emailed me. He's like, yeah, I saw your clips on YouTube. I'm gonna be your producer.
Nice.
He's like, I'm gonna make sure that I'm there. Everything. So we're talking about he has pared down the harem.
Can we not call it a harem?
What do you call it? The polygamous.
I'm not a polygamist. My poly family.
Poly family. I'm
My
sorry.
poly family.
All right.
Yeah, harem has such a negative.
Because I don't.
connotation.
Yeah, you know me. I don't.
It's okay.
I
It's
just,
okay.
yeah.
I just don't want to put that vibe out there because people are like, oh, you're a player and you're this and you're that. I'm
Right.
actually a family man. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to make long-term commitments that I can honor respectfully and show up authentically.
Right. So he's been with his wife, the beautiful Indigo, who's been on the show before, and
23 years.
23 years.
23 years.
And 3 years ago they met somebody else.
Yes.
And at that time you were with what? There was 5 people in your poly family.
Yeah, about 5.
Yeah. So, and now it's like Three's Company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, knock on my door. Orpheus is waiting for
And
you.
and you know what? And the thing is it's not like we're closed. We're not closed. Both girls are like open to new opportunities with new people.
Right.
But I just want to. I'm not actively searching. You know, if the thing comes to me, if it shows up on my door, and we all like the person, then that's great. You know, but I really like long-term relationships because you can't have good sex in short-term relationships. You know, they can have wild fun, but good mind-blowing sex, you gotta know your partner.
You gotta find out how that body works.
Yeah, it's like playing the guitar, right?
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix didn't pick it up and become Jimi Hendrix right off the bat.
Right.
Right, so I meet somebody, I need time.
Oh,
Hey,
look
what's up?
who's here. And come on, you can bring the coffee. It's fine. Yeah, just no. If you go around here, because we want to see you. This is our other guest. And first off, I have to apologize. I sent you. We had been going back and forth. I should have called you and let you know what was going on. This is and let me see if I can get this right. Goddess, I got that right. M'Penzi Barbie.
Yes, that's pretty much. That's right.
How do you pronounce?
M'Penzi.
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 Yeah. M'Penzi.
Yeah, you want to get that mic a little closer. M'Penzi, and
Okay.
you know, sorry, we got to mess
Hey,
up the
what's
hair.
up, Dino? Just
Hi,
wanted to
guys.
say hi.
Yeah, you want to get a little down, a little closer. We want to hear you. Yeah, just like this. And a little closer, just push it there. Say hi.
What's up, everybody?
Trevor's gonna